If your Wix site looks like every other website out there, this video will change that. We'll show you how to take a boring, standard Wix site and turn it into a fully interactive masterpiece. With scroll-driven animations, 3D experiences and GSAP effects. The kind of quality and smoothness you thought was only possible on Webflow or Framer. And we built it entirely inside Wix and WiX Studio. No code and no complicated setups. How? With 3 apps we built specifically for Wix and WiX Studio. First is Spline Control, to bring stunning 3D spline scenes directly into your editor and animate them on scroll. Second is Motion Flow, to create these Apple-style scroll video sequences everyone loves. And third, the fan favorite Aura Suite, to add those premium UI details and effects that make a website feel truly world-class. In this video, my co-founder walks you through all 3. Exactly how they work, how to install them, and how to start building in minutes. Just drag and drop and tweak a few sliders directly inside the Wix editor. It's free to install, and by the end of this video, your Wix site will never look the same again. Let's get into it.
Alright, okay, let's start off with the Spline widget. Basically, the first part you're always doing is you just drag in the Spline widget into the Wix editor. Next point I'm always doing is I'm adjusting the section height, so the widget has enough space to actually scroll through the section. Usually I'm using between 400 and 600 viewport height for this. Setting the widget size to full width, so basically 100% width and 100% viewport height. So next off you basically set the position type to sticky. Okay, now when you click on the widget and the settings, you will see a large overview of different templates here. Let's just use this one. There we go. In the top right corner you have this gear icon. You just click on it and enable the scroll animation. In this animated element dropdown you have a bunch of different elements. These are basically the elements which are directly imported from Spline. In these templates we always have one element which is written in caps lock. You just use this one. This is the best one to animate from these templates. So we choose rocket main. Here we have a few different parameters we can adjust. We have the scroll area. This is basically the area where the element is animated. The next parameter is move. Here we have 3 axes, X, Y and Z axis. And the last one is the rotate parameter. So here we just move it to the top, basically rotate Y, which basically rotates the element to the right. Okay, let's try this one. We click on save and publish the website. Let's see. There we go. Okay, I think we might have used a little bit too much of move Y. Yeah, let's see. Let's reduce this parameter. Yeah, let's use probably half of the parameter. So let's go for 300 should be enough. Okay, and publish again. There we go, that looks better. Okay, so that's pretty easy. Okay, next one. So in the custom section you can basically import a custom scene from Spline. You just type in the Spline URL. So here in this case we'll just go for Dark Spidey scene. So click on export in the top right corner. Make sure to always use the viewer URL, not the public URL. Then we basically just paste it in here and confirm, and the spline scene is being loaded. So now in the advanced settings, when we enable scroll animation, you will see an animated element. We now have all the different elements we have in this custom spline scene. So we can basically pick any element from our spline scene and animate it here within Wix. So I believe it was Spider-Man. We will move it on the Z-axis. It kind of zooms in on the character. Move it down a little bit, yeah, and again rotate it on the Y-axis. Okay, let's save that and have a look. Let's refresh again. Okay, awesome. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, probably the parameters will have a look. And what I always recommend is to have a look at your spline scene. Let's move it upwards a little bit, not too much. We can rotate a little bit more. The rotation parameters is always in degrees, so 360 degrees means one rotation, 720 means double rotation, 180 half rotation, and the minus value is basically the opposite direction. Okay, publish again. Still not perfect, but I guess you kind of get the point how all of this works. You basically just change the different parameters in Wix, and then you can basically just publish it, and we'll see it directly on the live website. Okay, let's get to the next step, which is our suite. So first, let's change the background color. This makes sense for what I'm showing right now. All right, and also adjusting the section height just for the scroll-based animations I will show you. So our suite is not a widget-based application, it is an add-on based application, which means you can find it on the top left menu. Just hover over tools, add-ons, and then you will find our suite. In our suite you have 4 different sections. The first one is website smoothing. The first parameter you can change here is smooth scrolling. Custom marker, which basically defines the marking color on your website. Marker color is the background, text color is the text element of that. Custom scroll bar won't enable for now. Okay, I think that works. Let's save that. So next part is custom cursor. We have a library of cursors. You basically just click on it, then you have the cursor enabled. Next part is overlay. Here you have a few different overlays. You can adjust the opacity of the overlay, the blend mode of the overlay, and the overlay itself. And the last part, which is in my opinion the most exciting one, are the text animations, which are GSAP text animations. So let's create a text element first. Okay, let's just drag in a title. Okay, adjust the font size, set it to max content, and just center it. Let's put it down so it's not in a viewport. When you are on the website, we can see the effect. Okay, so now we create an entrance animation. You have a bunch of different animations here. Let's just go for the blur reveal first. Okay, you create the animation. So now you see you have a CSS snippet, since this section is CSS based. So you just expand the element, copy the CSS animation. So now in the CSS classes section, you can just copy in the CSS class we just created and publish the website. On live website, you will now see all the different elements you just selected. You will have custom cursor, you will have the entrance animation. Okay. Now let's try a scroll-based animation. Let's also try the blur reveal. So here you have different parameters, which are scroll start and scroll end. Let's create it. Finalize. So now you copy the animation. By the way, always make sure to save it in the top right corner of the panel, otherwise it won't be published. So there we go, and we see a scroll based animation, so you basically can scroll it forward and backward. Awesome. Okay, let's just for the sake, let's try a different one. Let's go for magic ensemble. Again, 0. Oh, oops. Ah, crap. Yeah, you see that that happens if you don't save the animation. So 0 to 100 and create it again. And now in this case, we don't have to copy and paste the CSS class again, as we already created it. So if you just delete an animation and create the same type of animation again, you can just keep the CSS classes exactly the same. Okay, so now you see it is a magic assembling, so basically all the different characters are being assembled. Now we will try a scroll triggered animation. So let's delete this one and delete the CSS class. Okay, let's create a new animation. Also in the scroll tab, let's just do blur reveal again. Okay, this time you will have to enable the sticky animation though. scroll start, yeah, let's do around 40 to, yeah, let's do 90. So now in this case you have two different CSS classes which are being created. So I'll show you how this works. So the first class, the sticky class, will again go onto the text and element again. The triggered element will be put on a scroll trigger. In this case we can just use the section itself, but you can also use a line, a container, or whatever, basically the element which is triggering the scroll. So let's not forget to use position sticky on the element again. Let's do 30, yeah, let's do 30 pivot height offset and margin to 100. Okay, now we publish again and you will see. So now this is basically a sticky animation. So the element sticks to the middle of the screen and is being revealed on scroll based on the scroll progress of the section. Pretty cool animation. So you can get these kind of these Apple kind of scroll effects. Okay, awesome. Next one. There's one thing you have to pay attention to with the custom cursors. When you use a WebGL cursor, which means fluid or tubes, you have to remove the background color of the section and of the page, since this kind of animation will be rendered behind the page layer. So let's have a look how this works. It's basically an animation. It also works on mobile, a little bit different since it's touch-based. It's better on desktop, but it's a pretty cool animation. You also see it even works behind all different kind of elements, text and stuff like that. So it's not just an iframe, it's actually rendered in React behind the elements. So same for tubes. Let's have a look. Refresh. There we go. Okay, so it's basically the same, rendered behind it. You can also basically get the animation behind all different kind of texts. Okay, one more thing I want to show, since a few of these cursor effects, let's put it back to opacity, have interactions when the pointer is being triggered. So it means if you hover over a button, a link or something like that, the cursor has an interaction. So in this case, let's have a look. So in this case, basically the dot which we have in the background, okay, let's see. Okay, I think it wasn't refreshed. So let's have a look in the editor. Let's just try it again, trigger it. Sometimes that already does the trick. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so when you hover over a button, it basically expands the point. It's just a smooth animation. Same for links, as you see here. So basically all kind of elements, it's being automatically triggered. So you don't have to do anything, you just apply the cursor. Same for here. Okay, now let's try to combine what we have done so far with our last widget, which is motion flow. Motion flow is basically a scroll-based, scroll-triggered video. Same as for the spline widget, we set it to 100% width and 100% viewport height. And position again to sticky, not keep in front. Always make sure the layers behind all the elements you want to have in the foreground. Okay, now settings. We again have a few different videos we created for you here. You can basically use these templates to just check it out quickly how this tool works. Okay, now let's refresh that. So you basically just scroll down, and as you scroll down, the video plays. So it plays forward and also backwards if you scroll up again. Okay, let's try a different one. Cheetah, that's actually one of my favorites. It's a little bit larger, there's animation there, but it's a pretty cool animation in my opinion. So as you scroll down, the cheetah runs. Yeah, and also we have again this animation. As you see, these kind of tools are, when used combined, a pretty cool mix. And yeah, you can also upload your own custom videos. So in this case, we will just use when I created. So you just wait, it's being automatically sequenced, compressed and hosted on our servers. So you just click on finalize. There you see the animation, publish again, and you will see live on the website. Same as for the other ones, you basically scroll, and as you scroll, the video is playing and also backwards again. Alright, that's it for the walkthrough. I hope this gave you a good idea of what's possible with these tools and how you can use them in your own projects. If you want to try them out yourself, you can find all these apps on the links below. You can also check out the websites we have there. We've built with these apps just to give you a little bit of inspiration. And if you have any questions or features you would like to see, just feel free to reach out via LinkedIn or email. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching and have fun building with our apps. See you, bye.